Hello everyone, it's Robert, and this is our introduction to the third week of Education 580. Week 3 is kind of a catch-up week. Your major work is to make progress on your literature review, but you don't actually have to turn any part of the literature review in until Thursday of week 4, and we'll talk about that next week. So again, your major assignment for the week is to get going on the literature review. One of the things that you should do in the literature review is that you and your partner or partners, once you have a sense of the big outline of the review, the topics that you're going to research and that you're going to cover, is that you should split those up. So if you're in a duo, one should take 2 of the 4 headings or 3 of the 6, however many you think you're going to have. And if you're a trio, just divide that by 3. One of the advantages of working in a team of 3 is you have a little bit less to write. Keep in mind that the final literature review of your final document is suggested to run between 12 and 18 pages in length. But that final literature review isn't actually turned in until your final capstone is turned in the second course. However, I want you to have enough of the work done now so that you don't have to go back and really add to it in the second course in 605. This week the reading assignment is Chapter 3 of Hendricks and Chapter 4. It says as needed. I'm going to suggest that Chapter 3 is definitely needed this week. That's the chapter on how to write a literature review, and even though you've been reading literature reviews and may have written some in prior courses in the program, I think it's essential that you read this chapter and that you take its instruction to heart. So please set some time aside to do that so that you can begin your literature review with a solid foundation. The final thing I want to talk about is just a little detail, and that concerns the software that you use to create your capstone project. Most students like to use the Google Suite during the course of putting in their work together because it makes sharing and collaborating so easy. And I don't disagree with that approach. That's great. The challenge is that Google is very bad for turning in and submitting final documents that are consistent with APA. And so we require you, yes, require you, when you're turning in assignments, to turn them in Microsoft Word. Word is the official software package in your graduate degree, and it is the only format that we're going to use in accepting your capstone. So please know that if you're going to write or your rough work in Google Docs, which is fine, someone's going to have to convert it to Word and ensure that what is submitted is APA worthy. Speaking of which, you are all now formed into your groups, and so when it's time to submit a group assignment, only one of you has to submit it. It will populate to everyone else in the group, and I'll only have to mark it once, and that mark will go to everyone else in the group. That's about it. Thanks for listening. If you need some time with me this next week and would like to do a virtual meeting, get in touch with me. I could probably do one Tuesday night at 6:30 or Wednesday night at 6:30, which wouldn't be a bad time if you find that you're encountering issues in your literature review. You've made it through some of the hardest work already. It will get easier, I promise you. Have a great day.